Hey y'all. Yeah. Now y'all, we back with another reaction. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now what I say is allegedly. But what I'm about to show you is for real. Now, this is a criticism coming entertaining, educating purposes. Okay. What's going on now, y'all? I'm gonna give you a little update. A private investigator claims to know who moved singer D4VD's Tesla before the body of the 14-year-old, well, let's say 13-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez was discovered in its trunk. Yeah. Right. The investigator, Steve Fisher, has provided surveillance footage and other findings to the Los Angeles Police Department. Okay. Now, y'all seen Fisher. Fisher been on different programs like Law and Crime and News. What is it? But Ashley. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Can't remember everything, y'all. I cover so many cases. So anyway, he's the hiring party. Okay, Fisher was hired by the homeowner of the Hollywood Hills residence where David had been living. Right. But I don't really want to give everything away, but I do want to tell you this. Fisher states that he has surveillance video from July the 29th showing the last person to drive the Tesla before it was found abandoned. Did you hear me? Now, this was the same day David and his entourage reportedly left for a what? Tour. I know this. Now, I'm gonna let y'all see this video. Check this video out. Cut the music, DJ. Thank you, babe. Check this video out, y'all. Okay. Let me make sure y'all can see it, okay? Let me make sure before I get started.
Now to some new clues into the death of a teen whose body was found in the trunk of singer David. A private investigator digging into the timeline of events. Michelle Fisher joining us now with what he discovered. Michelle?
Mark, as of right now, this case remains a death and all along the LAPD has said the body of Celeste Rivas Hernandez had likely been in the Tesla for several weeks before it was discovered. But one private investigator tonight telling us his evidence indicates it may have been much longer.
The last date that we have shows her alive is January 2nd, 2025.
It's still unclear when Celeste Rivas Hernandez died and how, but private investigator Steve Fisher is among those searching for answers after the 14-year-old was found dead on September 8th in the trunk of a Tesla registered to singer David.
The medical examiner said she was in a very advanced state of decomp.
After investigators found the remains, the LAPD executed a search warrant at this Hollywood Hills home where David had been staying. The home's owner been hiring Fisher.
He wants to understand, exactly, what may have happened.
neighborhood surveillance videos and digital evidence, Fisher tells Eyewitness News he's now established a timeline centered around the Tesla.
That car, starting in May, was parked in a few different areas around that neighborhood, and then ultimately July 29th left in its final, parking spot on Bluebird. And this happens to be right before the same day that they're leaving on a tour bus to begin the tour for David's, choice.
The remainder of David's tour canceled last month amid the ongoing investigation, which is yet to produce any charges or arrests. David's fans and Fisher left speculating.
They're probably, relying on toxicology to better understand exactly what happened, which means it could be an accidental overdose. It was a really bad decision made afterwards.
All of Fisher's findings, he tells me, have been shared with the LAPD as they continue to investigate. As for David, the singer and his entourage, who were...
Okay. He said the last time he saw, let me put it on who he is. Fisher said that the last time she was alive, well, no one put his eyes like that. The last time she was alive was January the 2nd of this year. So we know that she was alive in November and December, because November and December was telling me that's the question that I held over my head. Was she alive last year, at the end of last year? But he said she was the last time. They seen her on January the 2nd. So she was alive in January. So what happened why didn't her mother report her missing in January, February, March, April, May, June? Why haven't we heard from that? But the last time the mother said she seen it was in April. So, I mean, she been missing this long? What y'all think about that? Now, let's get to the Tesla. Let me come back right here for a second. Let's talk for a second. Okay. Hold on for a second, y'all. Now, let's talk about the evidence. Because I don't have the investigator can come here and figure this thing out. I know cotton picking well that they could figure this out. Now, hold on, y'all. Okay. Now, hold on. I can't stop it. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Now, let's talk about the evidence, y'all. Let's talk about evidence, okay? The evidence presented to the LAPD, Fisher has turned over all of his findings, including the video evidence, to the police. Do y'all think that's a good idea for him to do that? Since the news haven't, since the LAPD hasn't reported us anything, do you think that's good for him to give him all his information and his findings? Tell me, put it in the chat, okay? Now, what they have done before we move on is to refuse to give names. That's something that neither one of them not doing it. Even the private investigator not doing it, nor LAPD. Because I want to ask y'all a question. Do David have a twin brother? Are we dealing with twin brothers here? are we dealing just with David? Because David do have a brother. But do he have a twin brother? Is that's the problem that we're facing now? That just came to my brain. You know, I'm not a psychic. But when asked to name the person seen in the video, Fisher stated on a broadcast that he could not to avoid interfering with the ongoing LAPD investigation. So he shouldn't even did the investigation. He's not going to tell us nothing. So let's look at this video right here, guys. Now I got this video right here from Court TV. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Now it's going to talk about the Tesla that Fisher say he saw the person. Listen to this. Hold on.
A sketch of a timeline here of some things that we know. As Steve pointed out, July 29th, the last time that David's Tesla was moved before being parked on a nearby. Officer marked the Tesla, noting the position of its tires. September 3rd, the officer issues a citation to the Tesla for violating the 72-hour parking ordinance. September 5th, the Tesla is impounded and towed to the Hollywood tow yard. September 8th, the body of Celeste Rivas Hernandez is found in the front trunk after an employee reports a suspicious smell to police. And September 18th, Hollywood Hills home where David had been staying is searched. And I just want to show everyone a map so they kind of get an idea here. As Steve described, the home is on the 1300 block of North Dehaney, and the Tesla is found within walking distance of there. So you could drop it off and just walk back, and it's no big deal. Let me ask you, Steve, is there any indication of what is the last known proof of life of Celeste?
So the last that I have, and I don't know, what LAPD has, but there was some media left behind at the house, and there's photos from a camera that David was using, and the last photo of Celeste is January 2nd of 2025.
Wow. Now, without revealing what you found, right? Because something.
This is crazy how Fisher. Y'all got to excuse Camper, he's sneezing. Y'all got to excuse. It's critical that the private detective Steve Fisher went in the house and found the cameras where Celeste was last alive January the 2nd, and found some other things that belongs to a crime, could be happening in a crime that that LAPD didn't take with them. So what did LAPD take out of that house? I'm concerned about that because they left the evidence in the house. What y'all think? But listen to this.
Review. In what you went through in the house, did you find any evidence of criminal behavior?
So, it's not a crime to think about doing certain things, but we found some things that had been delivered to the house that just don't belong there, don't belong in any type of environment like that. And they are things that you could use to get rid of a person if you wanted to. And they're really, people say, oh, it's got to be tools and stuff. It's beyond that. It's really sadistic stuff. LAPD didn't take it, but they have told us that they photographed it. But again, that's not a crime, just ordering these things, but I think it does, show that there was some intent, and,
Yeah, well, right, it's not illegal to have, but if you're putting together a case and it ends up being a homicide case and these things are around, that's a piece of the puzzle, the building blocks of any prosecutor's case. Lauren, how would you describe David? If someone has no idea who this guy is, who he is, how he got famous, what he's known for, and what he's like. did you know you could be?
Yeah, I mean, David is your typical internet kid. He describes himself that way. He grew up with the internet. He's a gamer. He was a TikTok star. That's essentially how he was discovered as this singer. He went viral, and he has millions of followers on every platform. A huge following on Discord, Reddit, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. His life is online. And Vinny, just to add a couple things to the dates that you mentioned before, you said September 18th, that's when the home was searched, the Hollywood Hills home. Well, also around the 17th and 18th, I'm not exactly positive which day it was. I don't want to be called out, but that was also the day that Celeste Rivas Hernandez's body was identified as Celeste, and also that was the day, or around the day, that David transferred his Houston homes in Texas in his mother's name.
Now, I don't understand, why did David do that? That's the only part I don't understand. Why did he do that if his name hasn't been involved in this? Why did he do that, y'all? What reason would he do that? Now, what Fisher wants to do is, I want to wait until they talk to Fisher, then I want to tell y'all this.
And, I kind of smile a little bit, and I didn't really mean to, when you asked Steve, about the evidence he found in the home, because I know that Steve wishes he could share it all with us, but clearly he's being incredibly responsible right now, and he's not trying to step on the LAPD's toes, but it's concerning.
How about Celeste's family, Lauren? What are they saying now?
Right.
Are they speaking out? Are they frustrated? Are they angry? Or are they just waiting?
So it's interesting, Vinny, because I have been kind of refreshing their Facebook profiles, the family members that I found. I believe initially when Celeste went missing for the first time back in February of 2024, it was her aunt that posted that she was missing, and her mom had commented on it. And I haven't seen any posts from them that are public since. I did get her brother's number. I actually texted him at one point. I did not get a response there. So I really have no idea. I also think that, there is a language barrier with her mother. At least I know that her mother for sure does not speak English very well. So I think that, that also might be an issue as to why she's not speaking out. But yeah, pretty much silence from her family.
Now, Steve, getting back to your video, and you've provided it to LAPD, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So they have it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And from that video, you're able to tell who's driving the car, and you use the term they. So there's more than one person involved in all of this, and obviously none of them or all of them could be involved with what happened to Celeste. We don't know. But are they identifiable from the video?
Yeah, and to be clear, so there's one person driving the car. When I say they, it's because there's images from right before and then after the time frame the car was moved that same day of people at the home and then on the tour bus. So when I say they, I know that they were in a group, but there was only one person that moved the car, and that person is identifiable for sure.
Okay. Now he can say that he really can't identify the person who was driving the car. So what's the problem with LAPD trying to determine was it that person who drive the car? I got a question with LAPD is because they left some crucial criminal, kind of criminal, but they're not criminal really, but they could have took that with them. Why did they leave that? Now, what I think what's his name, right? Fisher trying to do now is he wants to understand exactly what may have happened and if the guy house played a role in any way. Because this is the only reason why he here to be the private investigator for him. So that's what the eyewitness that's what Fisher trying to do. That's what he's saying. I'm quoting unquote. That's what he said he was trying to do, is understand exactly what may have happened and if this house, not his house, but his client house played a role in anything, so he can clear him up. And it's still unclear when the teen died. It's a lot of stuff missing when the teen died or how. But Fisher said the last date he has that shows her alive was January the 2nd, 2025. Using a neighborhood surveillance video and a digital evidence. So we know in this case they're going to use digital instrument.
And is LAPD, my guess is they would have wanted to have spoken to all these people. Do we know if they have given statements? Do we know if LAPD has spoken to David and anyone else who may have been in and around the home at that time?
Well, I know that, before she was identified, there was a statement from David's camp saying that he did plan on talking to LAPD when he came back in town because he had a show at the Great Theater in LA, which was canceled. I hope they've talked to these people, but they're not telling us that. We've been trying to get a copy of the search warrant with the probable cause affidavit because the owner's entitled to that since David wasn't on the lease. We haven't gotten that yet, and that's something we can disclose anyways. But I would hope that they're talking to. There was a core group of people that were around a lot and all the time. And I'll tell you what, Celeste is not one of those people that is in this house in these photos. There's people are showing some photos of an old house from before, but there was another place that appears to be in East Hollywood or downtown that I believe she was staying at, more like an apartment. And so hopefully they get to the bottom of that and figure out, because I think she was living with somebody as well too. She was not at this house 24/7.
And how far?
But you know what? That's weird. This case is so weird because I just found out that the car starting in May, y'all, was parked in a few different spots around the neighborhood. And then finally on July the 29th, left in its final spot on the Blue Bird Avenue. That's crazy. Who is moving this Tesla around? And why are they moving the Tesla around like that? Don't nobody do that. We don't do that. This happens to be right before David left. They was moving the Tesla, y'all, around for some reason.
How do the videos go? Are the videos before that date on July 29th, and do they reveal anything?
They go from December of 24 up until I forget the exact date, but it's about I think it's like April or May that they go to.
Y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole Celeste investigation. Tell me what you think. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Tell me what you think, because I really want to know what happened. You know what I mean? I really do. I really do. Because something ain't right, y'all. I want to get to the bottom of it. Something not right. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.